Yo, what's going on people? It's your boy Ape Huncho, back at you again with another video. So before we jump into this one, I've got a couple of announcements. The first one is that although yes, I have been mentioning members over the past few weeks, I've decided to pull it for the time being because I ran into some upload issues with the video that I put out yesterday. So for the foreseeable future, all members content will be free on the channel and I'll update you guys when members will be getting released again. Also, it's been weeks since I've done any street news, and I know I cover a lot of bigger cities around the UK like London, Birmingham, etc. And of course, drill rappers mainly are from London as well. So I am looking to expand the street news and start covering other places around the UK. So if you do have anywhere that you want me to look into, let me know down in the comment section below. Again, I will be cutting back on the drill news and music news for now, so we can look into more street news. And with that being said, on a community tab poll I ran about 4 or 5 weeks ago, I announced if you guys wanted to see the Biker Wars series first or Brits on Death Row, and 77% of the 8,200 people that voted on it said they wanted to see Brits on Death Row. That'll be out over the next couple of weeks, but I thought as a little teaser I would get into today's video, which is currently an ongoing case about a British citizen potentially facing a death sentence in Alabama in America. I got to shout out Jordan Wheeler for requesting this one, but unfortunately because there isn't much details about the case, I haven't included it in the series, but it's interesting, so again I thought I'd use it as a teaser for Brits on Death Row.
An Alabama man is behind bars after police say he confessed to killing someone. DeKalb County Sheriff Jimmy Harris says the man not only confessed, he says Marcus Ricketts led deputies to the body buried behind his house. The sheriff says this arrest stems from a tip about a missing person that was killed and stuffed in a 55-gallon drum. The victim's name has not been released.
Now, for you guys who don't know, the United Kingdom abolished the death penalty in 1965, and Northern Ireland soon followed by abolishing it in 1973. So when we mention British nationals on death row, it normally means they're abroad, currently in jail, waiting to be put to death or have been put to death. Normally though, if you're searching through the internet and you've stumbled across this topic, you'll usually notice that the majority of British nationals are put to death in places like China. But when searching up on death row inmates in America, normally you'll find that they are in fact British nationals, but it's because they live in a British territory, and from what I've seen, the majority of them have never actually lived in the UK. But this case is that small 1% that have lived in the UK for the majority of their life and are in fact potentially facing a death penalty in the United States of America. On July 2nd, 2018, just a little over 2 years ago, a report came out saying that a man had been charged with murder after he had led deputies to a body and then confessed to his crime after showing them. The DeKalb County Sheriff Department, located in DeKalb County, Alabama, received a tip that a possible murder had happened earlier in May of the same year. When they arrived to where the suspect had been living, 22-year-old Marcus Ricketts had took them straight to the body, which was buried in the woods behind the home on County Road 9095 in Valleyhead. Of course, he was then arrested and charged over the incident. At the time, Sheriff Harris would go on to say, "This subject has been missing since May and a missing person report was filed. We received information that this person had been possibly stabbed or struck with a blunt object, stuffed in a 55-gallon drum that was sealed at both ends and poured with loose concrete. It only took a short amount of time to locate the barrel." He added, "We had a lot of assistance from our deputies, investigators at the district attorney's office, Mark Hopwood from the Department of Forensic Science at Jacksonville State University, Sylvania Police Department, and various agencies, and I would like to thank them for all their hard work." During those first round of reports, no identity was given to the deceased, and it was believed that Marcus Ricketts was an Alabama native. A day later, the victim was identified as William Goldin, and details emerged that his daughter had been in a relationship with Marcus Ricketts because they had met on Xbox Live, with Marcus in fact being a British citizen who had actually lived in the UK for 22 years of his life, rather than an Alabama native like what was originally reported. After being charged with the murder, he was ordered to give up his passport and was then being held on $1 million bond. Valerie Burt, who I do believe is a family friend, revealed to reporters that it was her son's confession to her which led to the tip-off to police. She said that she and her son were out shopping together, and that's when her son told her that Marcus had confessed to him about killing Goldin in May. She added, "I didn't know what to think. We were thinking, please please God, don't let it be true, and would go on to explain it was Marcus himself who would give details about the murder, saying he had told his son that he had stabbed him and then let him lay in the bedroom for a little while and then put him in this barrel, and he even asked him to help him move it. Goldin's niece Ashley Cooper claimed that Marcus had told her that her uncle had left for a few weeks to clear his head back in May and that she didn't think nothing of it. Ashley Cooper said she complained of the smell at her uncle's home and Ricketts told her it was the dogs killing chickens in the area, but of course we know that's obviously not the case. Ashley said she had gone with investigators to the home as they handcuffed Marcus, and that's when she found out what had happened, adding apparently he showed them where the gravesite was and the shovel, and he held the shovel at one point. Towards the end of the following month, on the 27th of August 2018, a preliminary hearing was held which lasted around 10 minutes.
A preliminary hearing was held today for a British citizen charged with murdering a DeKalb County man and then stuffing his body into a 55-gallon drum. WAFA 48 Stephen McLean spoke to the victim's brother and tells us all about what happened in court.
The hearing lasted only about 10 minutes, and in the end, the judge found probable cause. 22-year-old Marcus Ricketts appeared before a judge this morning as investigators testified how he stabbed William Goldin before putting his body in a barrel and filling it with concrete. Goldin was reported missing in May. In July, his body was found behind his Valley Head home inside that barrel after investigators say Ricketts confessed to the crime. Family members say Ricketts was dating Goldin's daughter and was in the country on a travel visa after meeting her on Xbox Live. The victim's brother says the murder affects him on a daily basis, and he wants to see justice done in this case.
I don't think I want to see the death penalty for him because I want him to pay every day for what he did and realize when he wakes up that murdering people is wrong and it's something that it just can't be tolerated.
The case will now go to a DeKalb County grand jury. In Fort Payne, Stephen McLean, WAFF 4.
So that was over 2 years ago now, and to my best knowledge, I'm pretty sure the case is still waiting to go to a grand jury, because if you go to the DeKalb County Sheriff Office's website, we can see that he's still being held there, and of course, he's now aged 24, so it does confirm he's been there since 2018, but the bond's gone from $1 million down to $500,000. I'm unsure how the American legal system works, so if you're clued up on how long we can be expecting this to move forward, let me know, and I'll pin the comment for anyone who's wondering. Now, you might be asking yourself, well, we rarely see British people potentially facing death row in America, so why hasn't there been much coverage by UK media outlets? And there was a tiny article by the Daily Mail pretty much on the day it happened, but they claimed, like the other articles, he was an Alabama native rather than a British citizen. But either way, I do find it weird how no UK media outlets have picked up on this story yet, seeing as this is literally, like I said, the 1% of British death row cases being held in America. But maybe as time goes on, and depending on what he gets hit with, will depend on the news reporting of this story. I've been in contact with the sheriff's department to see if they can give me any kind of update, but I'm yet to have a response. And in regards to his family, although they've been located on social media, it seems as if they've been extremely quiet about this case as well. The whole case in itself is a weird one though, because if he does end up getting sentenced to death, what does that mean between UK and US relations? Because sentencing a man to death in America as a British national, especially in the age that we live now, could cause some tensions, but then again, we'll see where this case goes. So moving forward with the series, it will be out over the next couple of weeks, but these cases that we look into, they would have already gone to court. Some people are still on death row, others have been put to death, and some, although originally sentenced to death, they eventually had their sentence overturned. But let me know what you guys think of this in the comment section below. What do you guys think of this little teaser, and are you guys looking forward to Brits on death row? Let me know your thoughts on that down in the comment section below. Give the video a little like, and if you want the latest drill, street and music news out of the UK, be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. It's been your boy Huncho, and I'm out.